Anybody else noticing how the mention of war is causing gender ideology and feminism to just like basically evaporate? I saw a guy talking about how he's paying close attention to this war because he's wondering if people are going to start getting drafted and men have to be worried about that, you know, and women in the comments, like feminists are like, God forbid men have to do their duty. Now it's not toxic masculinity. When it comes to dying on a battlefield, we're all good with that. But any other time, it's this toxic masculinity. Like, now it's God has a design. We are all created differently. Women can't do what men can do. Yeah, I guess when it's going to cost you your life, your ideologies change real quick.
God forbid men have to do their duty. Now it's not toxic masculinity. When it comes to dying on a battlefield, we're all good with that. But any other time, it's this toxic masculinity. Like, now it's God has a design. We are all created differently. Women can't do what men can do.
Here I am pushing Alyssa's car. Fixing the damn problem by myself. Who needs a guy when you have me?
3 hours later.
So 3 hours later of trying to get Alyssa's car to work. And it's clear to say that I had no clue what I was doing. And I guess we do need men because the whole inside of my car exploded and caught on fire.
Here's your bill.
Thanks.
I got it. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need you to pay for my meal.
Okay, thank you.
Why is there so many numbers?
That's the total, without tip.
Oh, I thought it was a phone number or something. You know what? I'm feeling super traditional today.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
You can take it.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
Well, that was a lot.
You can be strong tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
When the numbers are lower.
If you think about it, there's nothing to appreciate a man for.
In the 1900s, they realized women are easily influenced by propaganda. So what do? They show us some sad story and we run to the polls. And that's a problem. And I just think women are too emotionally led. We don't do the hard jobs in society. Men do 95% of all the jobs that make everything run. And we lose money on taxes. So we spend the most money, we make less. Why do you deserve an equal say when you don't do equal work?
So speaking of the draft, right? The following reel or TikTok was done by a friend of mine out here in the Coachella Valley, Lootenant. And, well, just watch.
Hey, before they start drafting us to go to war, I got a few ideas of people that need to volunteer to go over there. Hear me out. Group number one, the Karens. Yeah, I said it. They like reporting shit. They got a whole water report. Take your nosy ass overseas.
I can agree with that. I can really agree with that.
Group number two, the gangbangers. Where you at, cuz? Where you at, blood? Run that shit. Y'all want to kill some shit? Go ahead.
Now, LT, I know your wife is Mexican. Is that the reason why you're excluding these guys from the gangbangers that should go if the draft happens? You're excluding these guys. You'd rather see your own people, it'd be your own people, right? You'd rather see your own people die in combat. Lieutenant. Your name is Lieutenant. You're not willing to lead your own people to battle? Lieutenant?
And group number three, all them people that was at the Capitol riot trying to start a revolution.
Here we go. Here we go. I knew this shit was going to come up. But also watch this.
Who's that? Some tough guy. Who didn't? Who are they talking about?
Police.
No sense of urgency. Okay. Wow.
I don't care what they say. They should have had much more anticipation about the National Guard.
I just love when black conservatives come with the receipts.
So I just want to make it very clear. Donald Trump radicalized an insurrection on January 6th that killed one of y'all's side of the aisle. Let's be very clear. A young lady was killed there, and she was a Republican because Trump radicalized. Trump did not make the message or make the call to stop. Instead, he told him to storm the Capitol. And so one of y'all's lost their lives because of what he's done. So how do y'all explain that?
Okay, so about January 6th, I can speak quite a bit on this issue because I was actually in D.C. on January 6th.
You know what, LT? I remember when January 6th happened and you got online, made a TikTok or whatnot, and said, well, if black people were there, if black people were at the Capitol, it would be a whole different situation. Yet, here's a black conservative that was there. Is the situation any different?
I was scheduled to speak at the Capitol building. It was an event that was going to be taking place coinciding with the other event that happened at the Ellipse. President Trump exited the stage and attendees were instructed to walk towards the Capitol building for these speeches. And before any of this happened, President Trump actually knew, and he had an idea, hey, we need to increase the security. He reached out to DC Mayor Muriel Bowser and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and said, hey, let's get the security up for this event. Let's make sure we have enough Capitol police officers there. They both declined because they didn't see it as important enough. They didn't see it as risky enough. So each and every time we hear this rhetoric about saying, oh, Trump insurrected, he said to his people, go march there and attack the Capitol building. No, I was there at that speech, front row, 10 feet away from that man when he said, march peacefully. I saw on Twitter before they nuked him off the platform, he said, protest peacefully, hurt nobody. And at the very end, he posted a video on Twitter, once again, before he was nuked off the platform, saying, please leave, do not break any laws, go home, and stop. That is what President Trump did on that
day. Members want this impeachment. Yes, Joe.
Going to the opening, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to put Henry on. Also in the room is Jamie Fleet and Terry and myself. And obviously Henry is going to go through the opening with you, okay? I'm putting you on speaker. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to start reading. Yesterday, the President of the United States incited an armed insurrection against America. The gleeful desecration of the U.S. Capitol, which is the temple of our American democracy, and the violence targeting Congress are horrors that will forever stain our nation's history. In calling for this seditious act, the President has committed an unspeakable assault against our nation and our people. I join the Senate Democratic leader in calling on the Vice President to remove this President by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the Vice President and Cabinet do not act, the Congress will impeach the President once more. Justice will be done to those who carried out these acts, which were acts of sedition. To those who strove to deter us from our responsibility, you have failed. This assault did not divert the Congress from our solemn constitutional purpose to validate the overwhelming election of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Despite the desecration of our Capitol, we upheld in front of the country and the world the bedrock principle that the people are sovereign and that they hold the power to choose their leaders through the ballot. And those who failed to prevent the assault on our Capitol must be held to account. That is why I'm calling for the resignation of Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund. We salute all who sacrificed to keep members, staff, and the Capitol Hill community safe. But yesterday was a profound failure.
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. I think our focus has to be on the President. Let's not divert ourselves. We're going to have an after-action review. I've never liked Sund. I think he should have been gone a long time ago.
Ma'am, the press is very focused on this. Schumer just now a political breaking news alert that Schumer is going to fire the Senate Sergeant at Arms.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah.
But it's immaterial. The heads are rolling is what we're saying.
Well, I don't want to have it on a par with the insurrection and the impeachment and the rest of that. If they ask, I will respond, but I'm not doing it on a park because it's a diversionary tactic.
Understood. So we can pull this card out. Hillary's going to finish this card. We can pull it out for Q&A.
Okay. And then we can't say we will impeach him. We can say we'll call for it. We don't know because we don't have all the blue dogs with us on this subject.
Curious.
So let's look at the words. Okay, what else you got?
Okay, so just finishing the card.
Well, I would just say, and to declare every day at the Capitol a national security event. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good.
What a mess. What a mess. Did you have any confidence in each other? I mean, son, what do you think then?
I think that it was the plan that they briefed on with the number of stakeholders that have signed off on it. We had some anxiety just about the presidency.
I'm just on that in before today.
Oh, he was not our first choice before today. No. We've always been skeptical. Always been skeptical of some. He's terrible relationships with the union. He's particularly been, I think, not great handling the coronavirus pandemic with the workforce. He has done some good things well. He's hired well at the sort of third tier rank. He's done some things on the operational side. But he's not a strong leader. He's not a strong leader.
Well, maybe we can say it this way. We can say, why don't we salute the whatever, blah, 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 with the failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police, and that's why I'm calling for the resignation. So let's soften it to them, and then do the failure of leadership at the top.
That's good.
They won't show y'all videos like this though. Check it out. Check it out. MAGA's terrible though.
Why are you letting this happen?
MAGA's horrible.
Why haven't you called for backup? Where is your backup? This is our damn Capitol building, and y'all are letting it get destroyed on your watch. Fuck all of you.
Fully armed.
Call for backup. Get some help down here.
These guys tell me they know for a fact, and they've got paper trails to prove it, that you offered 10 to 20,000 National Guard troops for January 6th, and you were turned down by Nancy Pelosi, the Capitol Police, and by Muriel Bowser. Let's go on record with it. Did you offer them?
Yes, 100%. I offered them in front of a lot of people. Secretary of Defense, a great guy. He absolutely, he confirmed it. Everybody confirmed it. Everybody knows. In fact, the mayor of D.C. it was offered to her also, and Nancy Pelosi.
And then, it's no use keeping somebody around who's going to blow it, right? That, you know.
You're going to have to have a transition period anyway, Irving. You're going to have to have a transition period anyway.
He's already going.
Who? Pollard? Irving?
Yeah, we've been holding on his retirement.
No, I understand that, but he wasn't going before the inauguration, is that correct?
Only as a favor to us.
I don't care. I'm just talking about what is this?
Yeah,
what is
he's just going to stay through February. Until we found a replacement.
But was he just incapable? I mean, he's a Secret Service guy.
He, in our conversation with him immediately preceding this meeting, was very transparent about what he got from the mistakes that he made were, which were underestimating the crowd size and underestimating the president's influence on such a crowd.
Then I will say that further I'm announcing that House President Paul has offered his resignation.
He hasn't done that. He hasn't done that. Although specifically.
We'll get asking to.
Yeah, I can ask him here.
I'm sorry to cut to the chase.
No, I have you want to call him now and ask him to do it?
Yeah.
Oh. Respect.
We got
Is it behind?
Yes. Yes. Terry, go with her.
We did. And did he say yes?
Yes.
And we did all the national guard?
That's correct.
Consider the work. I do not appreciate this. I don't support this. I live in Canada like They had a recess session. It's a complete victory for
McGovern's in the chair now and they're proceeding.
Who's in the chair?
Mr. McGovern.
So what's the prospect? We're going to stay here all day, the rest of our lives, or what? We're here until what? Until the National Guard decides to come and get rid of these people? Oh my God, I can't believe the stupidity of this. And I take full responsibility.
This was made for you. This is your moment. This is what you've been waiting for.
Again, your name is Lieutenant. Let me tell you something. I would have probably died in Iraq had it been for a lieutenant. Had it not been for a sergeant named Sergeant Varney, who basically called in to the lieutenant who put me out in a spot where I'm not supposed to shoot. I'm just supposed to stay there and pose a threat to the enemy. If it wasn't for this Sergeant Varney to make the call and say, "Hey, LT, if we can't shoot, there's no point of us being here." So the lieutenant made the call and said, "All right, we'll come on back." A lieutenant almost got me killed. I've met a lot of lieutenants in the army, in the military in general. Just dumb as f. Just dumb. And LT, I don't have any issues with you. I don't have any problems with you. But I kind of find it funny your name is Lieutenant, but you're not willing to fight for this country.
The lady love me. She loves me. The defect lady just gave her 2 extra lobs.
Baby, they're about to send you to them front lines. You over here excited about an extra lobster tail. Make it make sense.
Lieutenant. Stop dictating who's going to be at the front lines, because it's not going to be you. It's not going to be you. I think any rapper who has a reference to the military in their name, like Soldier, Lieutenant, I think y'all should be over there serving. Draft comes around, y'all the first ones. Because y'all want to be soldiers. You want to be soldiers so damn bad. There's your chance.
This was made for you. This is your moment. This is what you've been waiting for.
Who are you to say anyone's going to be at the front lines? You know what? Stop doing this political shit, because it's not working out for you. Just continue doing all the other stuff. You know, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
I think my problem is I'm just too real. Like, I need to stop being so real. Maybe if I fake for social media, maybe I can get monetized finally. Because I make these YouTube videos, I'm not monetized. Everybody asks how much money do you make. I don't make any money. I'm too real. Maybe if I'm fake. Maybe if I was fake for social media, I'd make money. Maybe. I don't know.
Make it make sense.
It's your boy King Churro. Thank you for watching. Remember that you're loved, and remember to be great every day because tomorrow is never promised. Peace out, y'all.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right.
Hey, real quick. If you don't wear this uniform and you on social media talking about some, oh my God, we about to go to war. Who is we? Who is we? Because you don't put this uniform. Who is we? I'm about to go to war. You not about to go nowhere. And then stop asking me if it's true. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. You know how I don't know it's true? Because I don't have that type of clearance. So if anybody outside of this uniform is telling you that we going to war, they don't have the answer, Sway. Because I don't have the answer, Sway. You got people calling me, texting me, sending me prayers, which I appreciate. Don't get me wrong. But Stink, I went to work today regular, like everybody else in the Army. We went to work regular. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Y'all don't know. The media gonna put some shit out. They're gonna make y'all panic. Y'all gonna fuck around and buy all the toilet tissue like y'all did during COVID. I don't know what that was about. And then everything gonna chill out. Y'all not gonna know nothing for real. I mean, outside of the tweets and the Facebook posts that might go up, but y'all ain't really gonna know too much. I'm not gonna get on here and tell you nothing because I don't know. I don't have the answers. And if I did have the answers, I wouldn't be on this goddamn app telling you. You know what I'm saying? But stop with the we. We not going nowhere. Your ass gonna be home watching. I might be going.